The homes have been designed specifically for people with mobility issues, with architects working closely with occupational therapists and social workers from the care agency. This has created a bespoke environment, as the Minister for Housing explained.
Whereas we've had in the past the concept of providing accommodation for elderly people, the design and the layout hadn't actually been undertaken properly with elderly people in mind, and we have problems in other accommodation with steps being too high and the showers not being the proper size, and I wanted to avoid all that. So at the outset I made sure that we had the proper professionals working alongside the architects and the designers to make sure that it was purpose-built for elderly people and people with mobility limitations as well, so it's all fit for purpose.
Well, the allocations, as I understand, have already been made. It's a question of ensuring that we move people when we are ready, and the whole place is now complete, but we need to make sure that we are ready with all of the services that we want to provide, etc. So we want to do this in a way which is good for the people who are going to move into this facility without there being anything outstanding.
The new homes will allow the Housing Ministry to decant elderly citizens whose homes have become too big for them, and move them into apartments which have been designed specifically for them. But the move also has the knock-on effect of releasing government rental stock around Gibraltar.
There are two classes of people who are going to benefit the most. First, of course, are the elderly who are in government rented accommodation, which is too large for them, which is perhaps in inaccessible areas of town. They're going to come into a bespoke facility that is exactly what they need for the age in which they are. The second and wider group, of course, is people who are on the housing waiting list, either because they don't have a government dwelling which they need, or those who are in a smaller government dwelling than they need, who will benefit from those elderly people surrendering the properties they're in, 3, 4, 5 bedroom accommodations, as they move down to here, which will then be available to those who have that social need.
In total, we will offer 141 flats for the elderly, but because the accommodation will be provided to people who release government flats, then in fact in total we will actually have 282 people benefiting from this process.
Every flat has its own complete kitchen and catering facilities to promote independent living. But there are also communal areas with their own kitchens and halls, all decorated with famous scenes from the past, such as the Montague Bathing Pavilion and the Catalan Bay Village, so that the residents can enjoy their time together.